welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Shola J. You already know what it is. We're back with another recipe. Today I'm making moi moi. You either love it or you hate it. I love moi moi. I don't like it too soft though. A little bit of spice, some body, a bit of firmness, a little bit like me. If you want to be part of the gang, be sure to subscribe and like this video. Support your girl. Listen, let's just get into this recipe because I just want to eat this right now. I'm pouring 2 cups of peeled black-eyed beans. These are quite easy, so I'm just going to soak these for a few hours, and then once they've softened I can start to clean it and then we can move on to blending it. So right now it's been soaking for a few hours now. I'm just going to rub it. The things that you need to get are the skin from those bits. That's what you need to get rid of. This process kind of takes maybe about 10-15 minutes depending how particular you are. I just keep running it through water and then draining it using a sieve, and then keep doing that over and over again until you can see that almost everything is gone. Most of the time I might catch 1 or 2 here and there, but as long as majority is gone, we're good. Before I start blending, I'm just going to prep all the other ingredients. I'm using a few Romano peppers, mainly because these have such a good pigment when it comes to getting that moi moi nice and rich. A few Scotch bonnets and 1 onion. This is enough to do maybe about 10-12 moi mois. If you want to do more, just double the ingredients. Then I don't know about you, but I hate grainy moi moi. The trick that I've learned to get smooth moi moi is always to only fill it to about 1/4 of the blender. I use quite a powerful one. If you want to know which one, everything is in the description below. I put maybe about 1 cup in, add it with some peppers, onions and some water. Shake it a little bit if you need to. I'm going to leave it to blend for about a minute or so, not too long, because then it starts getting lighter and lighter. That's why you need a good blender. Once all 2 or 3 batches are done, add it all into a bowl. You can already tell those Romano peppers have been putting in the work. I'm adding 2 eggs and just mixing that together. You can keep this vegan. Eggs do help bind everything and make a nicer, smoother consistency. I'm going in with some oil. We don't want no dry moi moi, so make sure you don't want it too much, but you also want a good balance. It creates a sheen, helps with texture, softness. I don't like no hard moi moi, so not a hard moi moi I go teach you. You get. Here's the seasoning I use. I keep it really simple. This and a little bit of salt. This is a Techers though. For some reason it makes it even more orange. So if you haven't tried it, let me know how it goes. I'm literally sharing all my techniques with you guys. Tell me that ain't real love. A little bit of Himalayan salt. We keeping it bougie over here, okay? Now that all the ingredients are in, you've got the salt, seasoning, egg, oil, whatever you want to add extra. Consistency is right. It is looking perfect. Look at that color. Don't worry about the thickness right now. I'm about to deal with that in a second. If you haven't already liked this video, I beg, pause and like the video. Support your girl, help me out. And subscribe while you're at it if you haven't joined the gang. I'm placing a few sheets of foil at the bottom of the pot. This is going to help create some more steam while the moi moi is cooking. Back to my moi moi. It is super thick right now and we don't want hard moi moi unless that's what you like. I ain't judging you. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of water in right now just to loosen it up, mainly because once it's steamed it then firms up later, so you don't want it too thick now. You also don't want it super runny either. This is the perfect consistency for me, but can we take a minute to look at the glow, that sheen? Nah, my life must shine brighter than this moi moi. I'm going to set this aside and move on to the filling. Add whatever you want. This is corned beef. I've also got some mackerel and some boiled eggs. You can add prawns, fish, whatever you want, anything. Concentration is required right now because this took me quite a little bit of time to learn. So once you've done those first 2 folds, you kind of need to soften the bottom where the stem is and soften that so that when you fold it like that, it doesn't just snap and tear the leaf. Just watch it. Watch it. It's all right if you get it wrong, just keep trying. I will show you in about a few seconds later how to do it if your leaves are too small and you need to use both of them together. So right now I'm just pouring a bit of the Moi Moi batter into the leaf. If it starts leaking from the bottom, just pour it straight back and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. I'm adding some mackerel and maybe a bit more mackerel. I don't know why I'm being stingy right now. Add in some of the egg as well. I like to have slices rather than whole, but again, do what you like. Shibby's your own moi moi. This is mine. Now I'm just going to push it all in because I like it. I like a little bit of surprise here and there. Fold in the first bit, so either the left or the right, and then fold the other part. It's 3 folds. It's so much easier to watch rather than hear me explain it. Then that bit just needs to be pushed down. Okay, yeah, it's leaking. Mainly because it is so hard to film and I was tipping it the wrong way. But if it is leaking, just turn it to the other side and you can leave it in the pot facing downwards. If your leaves are too small, just put 2 of them side by side and use that same technique. There are so many different ways of doing it. This is a little bit easier. It will help for your moi moi to be less likely to leak. And you just fold it backwards, the stem part, once you've softened the core part. Everything after this is basically the same as the first part. I think I'm gonna add some corned beef into this one. I like adding the filling individually rather than in the large bowl of moi moi, mainly because I want to keep that smooth buttery texture while I'm eating it. I want to enjoy my life. If you can't get any banana leaves, you can use those ramekin bowls. The mini ones are super easy. Just cover it with a little bit of cling film and you are good to go. Listen, I make moi moi all week. All the remaining I will just put in a container and freeze it. Perfect. I don't have to do nothing else, just defrost it and steam. I'm placing the moi mois into the pot with the foil base. Then I'm just adding some water, just enough for me to see it on the sides of the moi moi. You do not want to be flooding your moi moi. This isn't soup. I will steam it for about 90 minutes. You can keep it for an hour, that's good as well. I like to just be on the safer side. I'll add water here and there whenever it needs to. And once it is ready, I will leave it to cool down a little bit. Now it's ready, it's cooled down a little bit, I can serve it. Look how rich in color. Look how that knife just goes straight, so smooth. My mouth is watering right now, so good. Each slice is coming off so smooth. Oh my gosh, you can already imagine how buttery this is gonna melt in your mouth. Oh, this has mackerel and some boiled egg in it. We're gonna have to see it from another angle because, oh my gosh. Get you some fried fish, cold Gary with ice cubes in it. You know how they be doing it in Lagos. Look at how beautiful this looks. If you do try this recipe, be sure to hit me up on the gram, shola.j. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching. I'll be back either Tuesday and Friday with another African or Asian recipe. Catch you next time.